Hello, Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. My name is Jocelyn. I am the owner of the business, Nocturnal Witchcraft. Links to my website and my Patreon down below in the description. Sorry it has taken me so long to get to your video. Lots of personal things. I don't know if I mentioned this in my Taurus video, but the Taurus video took me so long to actually try and record. Yeah. Anyways, we have the Green Witch's Oracle deck, we have the Tarot of the Divine deck, and we have the Moonology Oracle deck. And that is my cat playing with the blinds in my bedroom. I will be right back. Potato! Stop it! Okay. Now, this reading for you, Gemini Collective, this can be your sun, moon, rising sign, or it can be a specific placement you have in your birth chart that is in the sign of Gemini. So let's get into your reading. Start with the Green Witch's Oracle deck here. And get the overall energy, the overall vibe of what's going on with you guys. Obviously, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to take a big deep breath in, although I feel like you guys don't really need it. However, if you feel like you do, go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and see what kind of energy is going on with the what is going on with the Gemini collective, the energy of the Gemini collective. Ooh. Oh. So we have hearth, safety, comfort, and spiritual connection. We got salt, protection, and banishing negativity. And we have moon, phases, cycles, and intuition. And at the bottom of the deck, we got summer, expansion, and growth. What's underneath of that? Potion, invigoration, and empowerment. So it's funny because I remember Hearth was an Aries. Funny enough, I do remember that in Aries reading. In Taurus's reading, we had the Moon card. So maybe Aries and Taurus, Aries or Taurus, might be significant to you. Maybe you have placements in those charts. Maybe you might be called to go watch those videos as well. But I feel like you are expanding your spiritual horizon, Gemini. I'm not gonna lie, this feels so much lighter than Taurus's reading. Which is nice, but the shuffling scared my cat. But I feel like you are really, I'm seeing crown and third eye chakra here. I know that I'm also like seeing like a chart of all, I think there's 21 chakras that we actually have. There's just the 7 main ones. But maybe you're being called to study the full 21 chakras and like really go into the history and science of it all. Also a trip to India, because I'm pretty sure Hinduism is where we got the chakras system and everything like that. I could be wrong. I don't look that deeply into chakras. I need to do some more research. Wow. I need to do some more research on that. And yeah, but if you are really interested in the chakras and also hearing Reiki, yoga, or maybe just Hinduism or the Hindu culture, and you want to take a trip to India or learn more about it, this is definitely your sign to do so, because I do feel like there are a lot of universal truths within Hinduism that can be applied to everybody. So definitely check that out if you've been feeling called to it. But let's go ahead and see what tarot has to say for you, Gemini. So, what is going on with the Gemini collective? Okay. Ooh. Oh, wow. You got a lot going on. Ooh, you got a lot going on. So we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands reversed. We got the King of Coins reversed coming out here. We got the Five of Cups. I'm trying to show you them in order in which they came out. We got Death, the Eight of Cups reversed, and the Six of Wands. We also have the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So lots of Wands energy here, and Wands is fire. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So maybe you are or have been called to also watch Aries reading. I feel like that's another confirmation here. There's also there's heavy blues, blue and red within this reading here, right off the bat. But mostly blue. And blue can stand for the heart chakra, or not the heart chakra. What am I talking about? The throat chakra. But it can also trying to think. It can also stand for like communication, honesty, a connection. What? Hold on. I have to look at it. I can never think of it off of the top of my head. Oop, shit. Blue. More specifically, dark blue. Empathy, distress resolving, lift emotional stress, and balance. Also, honesty, communication, balance, leadership, logic, intellect, throat chakra, psychic abilities, aspiration, water workings, air workings. Okay. Wisdom, understanding, patience, healing. Yeah. Blue might be really significant to you right now. Red is root chakra, grounding, very physical. I almost feel like you are being called to bring your spiritual practice down into your physical reality. I also feel like with the Death card here, the meaning behind this is very literal, and it's not so much like a transformation, but more so you're uncovering the spiritual truths that are in your physical reality. She's pulling back the red curtain to reveal the blue that's underneath, to reveal the truth that was hidden underneath of it. Also, the moon here is sticking out to me. The moon card, this oracle card here. If you've been called to work with the moon, definitely do so. We also have another full moon behind this King of Coins reverse there. There's also another full moon in the Five of Cups. Yeah. The moon is very significant here. Underneath the Five of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups. I feel like you are being asked to stop putting so much emphasis on the material and on the physical and start looking towards the spiritual to provide. I mean, like I said, you're bringing the spiritual down into the physical. You're uncovering the spiritual truths that are within your physical reality, within the world's physical reality. Your mind, your third eye, your crown chakra is quite literally opening up here. What else is going on? Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. I almost went into it without showing you the cards first. We have the King of Swords. And we have the Ten of Wands reversed. I feel like you're moving on from your previous way of dealing with things, which was very structured and very disciplined. Or not structured, very flexible yet disciplined. And you're trying to swap it for something that has a little bit more structure and a more stable foundation. Sorry, it took me a second. I was like, wait a minute, that didn't sound right. Because the King of Swords is very flexible. Swords is air, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But you're moving away from the kind of loose nature that you usually have and replacing it with something that is a little more stable. And with the Ten of Wands reverse, this tells me that those feelings of being overwhelmed and stressed and bogged down, are starting to lift up. Because you feel like you are actually more secure when you have this structure, when you have this plan, when you know where you're going and what you're doing and why you're doing it, rather than just being go with the flow. Now, of course, you're not completely switching it. You're still holding on to some of that go with the flow mentality and energy, because that's just how air signs are, right? Air is very flowy, just like water, except water takes up space, air doesn't. So air has a lot more flexibility, a lot more malleability, because it doesn't need to take up space. But too much of that can create an imbalance. And so I feel like your spiritual journey is helping you find structure and stability. And again, it's going to ease up your nerves by doing so. We have the Ten of Swords not reversed. Wow. We have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Underneath of it, the Ten of Cups. You are seeing through people. You are seeing through manipulators. You are seeing through liars. You are seeing through the fakes. You are seeing through people who have taken advantage of others and hurt others and even you. And you are replacing it with people who you know you can create a stable future with. And this sight and this knowing and this ability is becoming more and more clear to you, because you are developing your spiritual gifts, your spiritual sight. I feel like a lot of times Geminis especially tend to be extremely clairvoyant. And so you, again, third eye chakra, you might literally be opening up spiritually. And that's what's being able, or causing you to be able to see through these people and see through all of the snakes in the grass. And you want, again, I mean, there's the red and the blue there. You want to bring the two sides of your life, the material and the spiritual, to kind of come together and create that final act of balance and harmony. Let me get a few more cards. Here. What else is going on? Wow. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Sun reversed. And we have the Eight of Coins. And we also have the Page of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. Underneath of that, the Knight of Wands reversed. Funny how these two cards were paired together in the last reading. Twice, these two cards came out in the last reading. Both upright and both reversed. And now they're both coming out here reversed. And I've shuffled these cards quite a few times before I started doing your all's reading. That's crazy that they still ended up together. So let's go ahead and split the deck. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. So, I think that was my cat. I don't know. He's been doing all sorts of shit. Anyways, so I feel like with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands reversed, I'm looking at that first. Quite literally, you have the red and the blue. It is so symbolic throughout this. Literally, the Four of Wands, the red and the blue. Yeah, the red and the blue. You are starting to get very serious, but you're not letting go of your playful nature. You're not letting go of your talkativeness, your energy, your wittiness. You're very cutting. You're very charismatic. You're not letting that go, but you are. I get this energy of maturing and finally stepping into your own. And with the Four of Wands, this can signify creating balance and creating stability. And the Four of Wands is also seen as like 1111. So maybe 1111 is very significant to you guys. Maybe that's a sign. I don't know. But that definitely seems to be something that's happening here. Because with the Sun reversed and even the Wheel of Fortune reversed, these two cards, I feel like this is not an act of you wanting to be successful and be on top of the world and achieve something. You just want to fuse two parts of your life together. There's no competition. There's no feelings of being rushed or very hasty with it. There's no feelings of you being like, I have to get this done, I have to get this done, I have to accomplish this, I have to achieve this, I have to make sure I do this and this and this and this and this. You're just like, I'm at this point with this part of my life, and I'm at this point with this part of my life. I think it's time to combine them together and achieve some sort of balance between the two and prioritize them both how I should be prioritizing them. And with the Eight of Coins, you spent a lot of hard work on both the spiritual and physical part of your life. You are a very ambitious and determined individual, so much so that it can be seen as a fault. because a lot of the times when you work your ass off, you don't know when to take a break. And that is another reason why your spiritual life is wanting to be merged with your material or physical life. Oh, excuse me. The two are wanting to merge, and you've been feeling and wanting to merge them because your spiritual side is going to provide what you need to balance out your physical, and your physical is going to provide you what you need to balance out the spiritual. A lot of the times, which I find so weird, but a lot of times, hey, why? My cat literally just got up underneath the blinds and just let it hit the door. And it's open. It's open. Like, he can see out the... I don't understand why he does that. Anyways. But a lot of the times, people like to keep their spiritual and their physical life separate, which is very difficult to do, but it is possible. But it's like, why? A lot of the times it's because of secrecy, or they want to hide something, but you don't have anything to hide. You honestly couldn't really give a shit less about what other people think about your beliefs or how you live your life. So, yeah. Sometimes when we like fully merge the two, it can be very overwhelming. And what I mean by like fully merge the two, I mean like, say you're pagan and you're going by the wheel of the year, the 8 Sabbaths, and you take off from work for each of those Sabbaths to celebrate those Sabbaths. And you know, like a lot of pagans, they usually don't do that because sometimes the workplace doesn't see that as a legit reason. And even though like being pagan or like even being a witch and stuff like that is protected underneath the law, or at least here in the United States it is, but some workplaces, you know, you say you're pagan and they think that you're just bullshitting them and that you're just trying to get out of work, because a lot of Christians usually don't work Sundays because of church and things like that, when in reality, like, no, that's an actual belief that actually happens, you know. But I feel like there are some traditions and some habits and rituals within your spiritual life, within your spiritual side of yourself, that you've been wanting to implement into your physical life that you just haven't really figured out how. And so that's changing. God, I hope that made sense. I've been rambling my ass off. I hope that made sense. Okay. I'm not going to take it because I didn't say anything, but a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Yeah. Maybe. Again, full moon. Maybe some of y'all need to go watch Aries. Because I feel like this is the other half of Aries. Well, not the other half of Aries, but like this is connected to Aries somehow. Or some of y'all are connected to Aries. Okay. So what advice or last messages do you have, Spirit, for the Gemini collective here? A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Now, romantic, this can also be with yourself, self-love, okay? Romanticizing your life, okay? Doesn't always have to mean another person. We have balanced spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. There's that full moon again. Balanced spirituality and practicality. Literally what this whole fucking reading was about. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. And your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. We also have it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. That was also in Taurus's reading. Another full moon here. What's underneath of that? Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Let's go ahead and split the deck. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. So, okay. I think that was pretty self-explanatory there. I think you understood exactly what I was, or what the message was when I was reading those cards out. I know a lot of the times, lots of readings tend to kind of give off the same message of like, oh, you're evolving, it's new, you're starting a new chapter, you're blossoming, you're growing. And that is, that is something that you're going to get out of this. But I wouldn't necessarily say that that is the goal. By combining your spiritual and your physical life together, yes, you are going to achieve growth. You are going to achieve change and transformation and a personal evolution. However, that's not the intention. The intention is to bring balance and harmony and to provide a stable lifestyle that makes you happy. Okay. Yeah, that was your reading, Gemini. I hope it resonated. If it did, again, links to my website, my Patreon down below in the description to get monthly, or you can get monthly readings, or to just get one personal reading, or 2 or 3 or 4, however many you want. And yeah, I will see you in another video or in one of the other zodiac signs. And yeah, bye.